Welcome back to Python 1. In our last video, we learned how to use if-else statements in our program. Our Python turtle took a random walk, ending to the right of the y-axis if the final value for x was greater than 0, or to the left of the y-axis if the final value for x was less than 0. We did not know where Tina's walk would end, but our program could test the position and take action using if-else statements. In this video, we will check multiple conditions at the same time using AND or logical operators. However, our random walk program is a little different this time. Instead of printing a message about Tina's location, we are counting the number of successful missions. We set a counting variable at the beginning of the program named successes to 0. And then every time in our current program that Tina ends up to the left of the y-axis, we are going to increase the value of our successes variable by 1. At the end of the program, we will print out the number of successful missions using the final value for successes. Now we are ready to add a second condition. We will collect data using GetX and GetY and include the logical operator AND in our if statement. With information about both x and y, we can evaluate Tina's end position in any one of the 4 quadrants. So if x and y are both greater than 0, like these two, she will end up in the first quadrant. If x is less than 0 and y is greater than 0, as in these 3, she will be in the second quadrant. If both x and y are less than 0, she will be in the third quadrant. And if x is greater than 0 and y is less than 0, she will end up in the fourth quadrant. We're going to add our y variable to get a value for the end value of y. And modify our if statement. So we're looking at the second quadrant, and that means we're going to add a test for y. So there's our logical operator and y is going to be greater than 0. Now, let's put our space in to make it look nice, and let's run the program. We have 4 successful missions where x was less than 0 and y is greater than 0, and it printed our statement correctly. Now we will create a slightly more complicated scenario. We will consider Tina's walk to be a success if she ends up in either the second or the fourth quadrant. Simple enough. We add or x is greater than 0 and y is less than 0 to our if statement. Notice the parentheses around each condition. This is an important step since AND and OR are at the same level of operation, just like plus and minus in arithmetic. So the parentheses group our conditions for the second quadrant, and they group our conditions for the fourth quadrant. Let's run our program. Well, this worked quite nicely. In our results here, Tina ended up 4 times in the second quadrant and 3 times in the fourth quadrant, and 4 plus 3 equals 7. Our results were printed correctly. Let's sum up what we have learned. We can test for multiple conditions, such as these, using the logical operators AND and OR. If both conditions must be satisfied, we use AND. If one or the other condition must be satisfied, we use OR. When using multiple operators, remember that the order of operation applies just as it does in arithmetic. These simple decisions based on logical operators are the basis of all digital circuits. Amazing complicated tasks can be performed with and, or, not, and a few other operators. Experiment with Tina the random walking turtle, and then try writing your own conditional programs.